Yes. Yes.
I could not hear her.
Same.
Yeah, I got
now
you.
I can.
Let me take a peek real quick. Let me see what my notes said about. Okay, I don't see anything here for Vegas real quick. Let me look what Brooklyn said. I'm gonna text it to you. HIL, there we are. Bloop. Let's see if they tweeted it.
Good luck in what? Oh,
It's an airplane reference. On the CBS Sports Golazo Network, from the vibrant city of Las Vegas, it's the USL Championship. The Las Vegas Lights and Brooklyn SC meeting for the first time ever up next. Welcome one and all to the broadcast. My name is Mark Schoenster. I am joined by Jade Barquette on the call, former college player Jade Barquette, for that matter, as we welcome you in for this broadcast at Cashman Field. Let's take a look at where these two teams sit in the standings, brought to you by AMR Medic West. First off, Las Vegas just recently hopped that playoff line in this great run of form they've been in. They're looking to keep that steam going, especially here at home, where actually as of late, they've been picking up less points than they have been on the road. So looking to turn that here tonight against Brooklyn, a team that is on the brink right now. They need to start picking up points, and they need to pick them up fast if they want to keep themselves in the playoff conversation moving forward. The amount of games are dwindling, and so Marlon LeBlanc's side need to turn it into another gear, one that we haven't really seen from them this season, but what better time than now to do just that? So, looking at Las Vegas, just mentioned a moment ago, 6 games unbeaten, Jade, and I mean, look, they've been playing well, especially when they've been in tough situations on the road.
And that's when you want your team to play the best, right? In tough situations, when the pressure is on them, can they get the job done? Head coach Devin Rensing telling us that he wants his team to be relentless. 4, 5, 6 goals, go for that 7th goal. They've been scoring in bunches, and it really has to do with their attack up top, but it takes all 11 guys on the field to produce the product they've been putting out.
They've been finding goals, and one of the men supplying them is now their historic string puller, Christian Pinzon.
And when he was talking to his head coach, he told him, Coach, I just want to win championships. I don't really care about the all-time assist leader as the record holder, but one game at a time, said his head coach. He is a selfless player. His energy and mind is always towards the betterment of his team, and it shows every day.
Something you love to have in one of the leaders on your squad. On the other side of things, when it comes to leadership, Brooklyn's been lacking goals, so you got to look at your number 9 to fill in.
Your New York native, J.C. Obregon, really to push them over the line. He had 4 shots, 2 shots on target in their last game against Charleston Battery. He has to put the ball away from him, put the team on your back. You're a known goal scorer, and go and put that product on the pitch.
Looking to see if the man from Brooklyn can get the job done here. Las Vegas are trying to plant their boots on the weary Travelers, but Brooklyn intend to dispel the thought and cash in some major points far from home. Who has the better of it tonight? Find out up next on the CBS Sports Golazo Network.
Being diagnosed with cancer was the hardest thing I've ever faced. Funny how when I got the news, it was life's simple things that mattered most, like nights out with the kids. As a candidate for a new clinical trial right here in Vegas, I've been able to spend more time with them, sharing moments like these, making memories, and never missing a family night out.
Everyone is looking for a better future, but knowing how to get there can be difficult. At Rise Credit Union, we invest in our communities and empower our members to realize their potential and take control of their finances. Because with the right financial knowledge, 24/7 access, and genuine care, we believe there are no limits to what you can achieve. Become a part of something bigger than just a bank. Rise, beyond banking.
Hello, my name is Ramon Martin del Campo, City of Henderson police officer and former Las Vegas Lights team captain. My mother, Susie, desperately waited for a second chance after years of fighting kidney disease. Through a paired kidney exchange program, she was able to receive the gift of life through transplant. Currently, about 85% of Americans waiting need a kidney transplant. I am a living kidney donor. Nevadans are giving. Join us at wearenevadans.org.
Off we go from Las Vegas, Nevada. Rodriguez scored the winner that night. He shoots here. Oh, and he buries it with a rocket and across. It's in 2-1. Cashman Field certainly packed with Vegas Lights supporters tonight. Just more excited. Play in front of the home fans. Who wouldn't be?
Up here, it is fantastic in Las Vegas tonight, but we can feel the energy.
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First off, for Richard Harris Law Firm, this is what Las Vegas will be trotting out here.
We're going to see a lot of rotation in the midfield. There's so much depth in that position for Las Vegas. The matchups on the front line, you'll see Rodriguez up there. He leads the team with 10 goals so far this season. Looking for him to put the ball away up top.
Olex Anderson, not a bad partner to have there in that regard as we now look over at what Brooklyn's rocking.
They need to see J.C. Obregon, we talked about that in the open, produce for them this season. McNamara will be out because of the red card in their last match. So looking for a new captain to really put this team on their back and try to compete with this Las Vegas team who was on fire recently.
Once again, these lineups brought to you by Richard Harris Law Firm. As the people of Cashman Field make some noise here as this game gets going. It'll be Brooklyn in their road kits. Meanwhile, it's the Red Rock kits once again for Las Vegas Lights. These third kits that look oh so nice. Our head official in green today, Servando Brenarico. The whistle sounds, and we are ready to play some soccer here at Cashman Field. First ever meeting between Brooklyn and Las Vegas Lights. Mark Schoenster and Jade Parkett with you here on the broadcast. Can't wait to see how this one unfurls. You've got a Brooklyn team that's getting to the point of desperation here. Meanwhile, Las Vegas Lights in an opposite state now. Obviously, they're right in the thick of the playoff race, just in 8th, so they're not comfortable. But this is a team that was in a much less desirable spot not too long ago, but this run of form has really put them into a new position.
The West is so competitive, they cannot take their foot off the gas pedal whatsoever, so they want to continue just to build on the momentum that they have over these last 6 games where they have been unbeaten. But for Brooklyn, you have to start finding the answers, and right now on the road would be a perfect time to do that.
It's a long road trip for Brooklyn, and it was a long road trip for Las Vegas in their last game, a road match at Miami. So pretty much going nearly about as far away as they could in the USL, as this one tried to get threaded through, but won't reach Olex Anderson. But you get a 1-0 result on the road. After the game, Devin Rensing said that he can't say enough good things about this group. And then when we talked to him, he mentioned, look, 3 games in 8 days, the hot weather in Miami, the hot weather in Vegas. I mean, it's a lot of tough factors to overcome, and they did just that. And I imagine it was a pretty nice flight home, coming back from Miami all the way to Vegas. A couple hours just with the buds, celebrating 3 points. And celebrating just great form in general. Looking to throw this one in is Gabriel Alves. Tapped back by Aaron Guillen, long-time center back. 22nd player to hit 250 regular season appearances in the USL Championship. Talking about Aaron Guillen. The guy who's been around the block as Montanoglu pushes down Pierre Da Silva there. Over to the left-hand side as Brooklyn look to get some numbers forward here. All played up. Anderson can't quite corral it, and so it'll be a goal kick, which gives us a chance to look at the injury report. Brought to you by AMR Medic West. Abdoulaye Kanté still working on his way back. Meanwhile, none reported for Las Vegas. Get Kyle Scott back into the mix, starting in that last game against Miami, but on the bench in this go-around. You mentioned just how many good options they have in the midfield. So, I mean, look, a guy like Kyle Scott doesn't have to start every single game.
Especially when he is returning from injury, you want to make sure that he is at his peak fitness, peak health when they go on a playoff run potentially. So can they work him into the match when they feel like they need him most?
Oh, some pressure bearing fruit for Brooklyn. It's an open goal for Obregon! It's a lightning start for Brooklyn. Juan Carlos Obregon answers the call. With a large contingent of Brooklyn fans in attendance, they are rewarded for their travels with their captain.
And Brooklyn has put the press on early in this game. A poor giveaway, a rare one at that in the back by Las Vegas, just tripped over the ball. We talked about Obregon in the beginning of the game, how he needed to step up, composure in the 18. With numbers around him, no one initially stepped to put pressure. He had time to take a touch and slot this one home. Multiple defenders in the box for Las Vegas, but could not stop the strike from Obregon, and Brooklyn up early, 1-0 here.
Ben Ofemu stumbling over the ball. CJ Olney puts it in a dangerous zone where he just knows someone is going to be there. And of course, the captain steps up, gets his 3rd goal in league play this season. Well, Jay, we were challenging Juan Carlos Obregon to step up in this game, and well, it didn't take him very long to zip our mouths and go, all right, I'll get it done.
He heard us for sure.
It was our comments in the open that certainly got him going. No other motivations whatsoever.
This changes the game though, 100%. Brooklyn now on the front foot. A little bit of confidence. Las Vegas is not going to let that go easily though. They're going to continue with their game plan. They can't let their emotions get too high in the moment for either side. Brooklyn you can't pull them out of their shape. You have to stay composed in Las Vegas. Yes, you're at home. There's a ton of time left in this match. The first 5 minutes, though, it does create an urgency for Las Vegas to get one back and maintain the tempo of the game.
Well, and here's the element that we haven't been able to acknowledge yet. Well, because we're only 6 minutes into the game, so it's not like we've been able to parse through all the details yet. But this is a Brooklyn team that's going to be feeling pretty fresh right now because they did not get to play last weekend. Their match against Birmingham Legion postponed. As Obregon, with those fresh legs, cuts it into the middle. A neat idea for a dummy, but it ends up being cleared. Now, there were just weather issues and travel. Kept Birmingham from being able to get there to Brooklyn. And so beach night at Maimonides Park wasn't meant to be, apparently, as that was the theming of the event prior to the cancellation. We're trying to wipe out the bitter taste of 2 straight losses, and well, that's a quick way to set the tone here. Ball will be distributed over to the left-hand side. Brooklyn, a bright start in this game. Can Las Vegas find a response? They're looking to play through some of their potent strikers and also their lead passing players. We highlighted Christian Pinzon, and you talked about his mindset. He's got 11 assists in a Las Vegas Lights kit, which is more than any other player in the club's history. And when he was congratulated on that by his coach, Devin Rensing, you mentioned he just wants to win games. He just wants to win championships, to which Devin Rensing replied, well, let's make the playoffs first. Let's get to the point where we have the opportunity to do that. But Devin Rensing just mentioning that's emblematic of the leader he is, such a selfless player.
Had to pull him back just a little bit to where they are, one step at a time. But when you have a player like him who's producing and has that mindset, you don't want to put a leash on him at all.
That one will roll out for a goal kick. Hey, Las Vegas Lights fans, scan the QR code on your screen for more on the official protein drink of the Las Vegas Lights, drinkpromino.com. Early goal, just 4 minutes into the game by J.C. Obregon, courtesy of the teenage midfielder C.J. Olney Jr. In a game where Brooklyn are in desperate need of 3 points, and that is exactly how you want to start this game. But you're on the road, you're going to be feeling the energy of this opposing crowd. Sure, an early goal is nice, but that also means you've got to hang on to this lead for the maximum amount of time.
Or add on to it, and right now Las Vegas has secured possession of the ball. Brooklyn chasing a little bit. Yes, we were only almost 10 minutes into this match, so very early on, but Brooklyn has to maintain possession and secure the tempo of this game. Especially since Las Vegas is at home, they're going to use every advantage they possibly can. Familiarity with the field, fans, knowing what they want to play, how they want to play, and the form that they've been in recently. They're no stranger to finishing out games, finding a way to win and score.
Well, one advantage that you didn't mention there, you mentioned the field, the stadium, the fans, the weather. Another big thing in Vegas, 89 degrees right now. It's been hot as of late in Las Vegas, and they'll certainly be more used to it than these boys who play Coney Island are. Not to say it doesn't get hot in New York, but it gets scorching out in the desert. And then they also had to deal with the heat in Miami last weekend. So Las Vegas very well acclimated to some of the harshest conditions to play the sport in this country. They'll be looking to muster up a response here. Pinzon and Antanaglu. He'll square it across. Long distance effort. That one had some pace behind it, but it was always going upward. even at the slightest of angles.
I like the short option just to move the line of Brooklyn, create some sort of opening for Provo to put this one in the box, and it just did not dip down enough. It had the strike, it had the pace on it. Just was not enough to dip low in the net.
Now it'll go for a Brooklyn throw. Attention Lights FC fans, join us on Saturday, August 29th as the Lights take on Charleston Battery. Take a trip down memory lane with retro music, nostalgic vibes, and throwback entertainment. Let's celebrate the classics while making new memories together. It's a broad stroke there. Retro music. I'm wondering which era we should be anticipating there. I feel like usually that means the 80s, but
right?
You know, you never know.
Retro can mean so many things nowadays, depending on who you're talking to.
It would be cheeky of me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Even at my young age, there are some things that people call retro, and I go, oh gosh, and this makes me wonder about the people who, you know, were really living it up in the 80s when people call the 80s the olden days, how they feel. Minutes in. Brooklyn with the early lead, which is not the blueprint that Devin Rensing, head coach for Las Vegas Lights, was looking for. He highlighted just how important this game was from sort of a team mentality side of things. As Mark Ibarra turned with the ball and play it back. He said this game is big because we need to learn how to win when the roles are reversed, because they've been sort of enjoying that underdog role, especially in these road games as of late, where they get to be the one who could preach, people don't think we're going to win this game, they're doubting us, et cetera, et cetera. But now you're at home against a team with much fewer points than you. You're now the team that has the expectation of victory here. That might be our first yellow card of the evening, depending on how our ref wants to manage this game. Ibarra with the foul. It'll be a free kick for Brooklyn. They see the card out. They're just waiting for number 23 to saunter back over.
And this is just a great run right through the midfield for Anderson. Las Vegas, nobody steps in front of him, so he's going to keep continuing to drive towards the 18. Draws the foul with that last final touch to cut Ibarra off. Like you mentioned, it's so important for a team, if you are the team that's quote-unquote supposed to win the game, or in the better form, you do still have a pressure on you, and that team that you're playing against has a target on your back and wants to go after you. They have a chip on their shoulder, and you have to create the tempo, you have to create the atmosphere of we are not the underdogs in this game, and it's a very important game. It's a prove-it game, because Las Vegas has been in Brooklyn's shoes before, and can they prove that they can win even when they're supposed to?
Yeah, Brooklyn get to come in with that chip on their shoulder, with the point to prove.
Sometimes it's better to be the team that has the chip on their shoulder, because you don't have, again, I'll use the quotes there, anything to lose in those moments, but you can play freer that way.
JC Obregon, who already has one goal in this game, and he's hunting for another. He's got some crosshairs on the goal right now. Landfear knocked it out of harm's way.
That was about as well struck as you possibly can strike it. Obregon going for that far post. Landfear had to make a play on the ball. Does so, stretching as far as he can to parry that one away.
They are in the zone right now, Brooklyn, here in the early stages of this game. Looking to be truly lethal on the road. Pierre Da Silva sends this one inside. It was turned towards goal, but it wasn't quite accurate enough. Thomas Van Kayezil trying to double the advantage.
And Van Kayezil just plays it perfectly, just doesn't get the execution there. Goes near post, almost inside that front post. The ball was beautiful, just a little bit mishit. But Brooklyn is riding high right now after that opening goal.
Brooklyn certainly showing the motivation they need in a game like this. 15 minutes in, can they keep up this intensity? Can Vegas adapt? Anderson tried to slice that one into Rodriguez. He's walled off on that occasion as McLaughlin will feed it up the pitch to Okiyoshi. Really well done there from Taimu Okiyoshi. Anderson able to play it back. Olney from the left channel. CJ Olney gets one player to slide. Now he serviced it in. Brooklyn is flying right now, though. Every single player with the ball, I just feel like they're operating with a high level of confidence.
Confidence and freedom, it's not systematic or robotic with Brooklyn right now. They're flowing well, and Las Vegas, the pressure defensively is not as stagnant or as static as Brooklyn's has been. You can see when Brooklyn is going to win the ball back, it's 2, 3, 4 players surrounding the ball, especially when it gets into that middle third of the field.
Deanne rolls it forward, and getting there first is Okiyoshi. Looking to start this run, going the other direction. Anderson, he can have a hit from anywhere. He'll thread it over to Obregon! Punched over the crossbar by Lanfear. Point blank range. The goalkeeper able to stifle the scorer earlier.
And once again, Brooklyn just playing free at the top of the box. Obregon finds himself on the outside of the back line. Not marked tight enough. Takes it first time. Lanfear once again comes up huge. He had a couple big saves in their last game against Miami as well. That really kept them in that match and helped them win that one with a clean sheet as well.
It has been a ripping start to this one for Brooklyn, and they look to keep their foot on the gas here. J.C. Obregon curling it in. Lanfear gets to throw a right hook at it. Now it's more effectively played up the field for Anderson. It's all by himself, but he can do things all by himself, and including drawing a foul. We've got another yellow card here. That one will be given to Gabriel Alves. His 5th yellow card of the season.
Anderson just trying to turn. Don't think there was a play on the ball there at all as he was taking on 2 defenders, but that's what I'm talking about with Brooklyn. It's 1 and 2 guys going to the ball to try to win it back. Alves there just a little bit too aggressive.
The Brazilian left back, the one guilty on this occasion.
Yellow card issued to Brooklyn FC number 3, Gabriel Alves.
Guillen will launch this one forward. Stayed in play. Played across the middle. Caught by the goalkeeper. Lucas Burns ready for it. This one's still being jockeyed around. Antonoglu roll it back to his goalkeeper, Charlie Lanfear. Las Vegas is trying to find any semblance of comfortability in this game. Locker goes for the hopeful ball to Anderson. And it's claimed by Lucas Burns, but Alex Anderson will applaud the effort from Carson Locker.
He was 1v1 going direct, might as well take the chance.
Lights fans, all 3 of the 2026 Las Vegas Lights kits are now available. Scan the QR code to check it out. Las Vegas Lights always got some very swaggy kits year in and year out. This year is no exception. that was a much-needed challenge there from Ofemu. Bit of a punishing challenge at that for CJ Olney. Sesak. Another part that's very impressive about this for Brooklyn is this is their first real West Coast trip. Not having to make their all the way out here before as Antonoglu plays it back. It's Pinzon! It skips just wide. Nearly an equalizer for Vegas.
And it was the early ball across they were looking for to try to get Brooklyn facing their own goal. It pops right out to Pinzon. It surprises him a little bit with that touch, but still good enough to get a shot off. Just curls his hips just enough to the left to not put that one in the back of the net.
It's a good opportunity for Las Vegas. Zone ends up playing it wide though. This one will bounce over to the left channel. Anderson's there. It's an excellent step there from McLaughlin.
You're feeling like it's starting to come here for Las Vegas.
In zone, trying to knife that one to Anderson. Couldn't quite combine.
They're retaining the ball better. Their movement is more dynamic as they get into the final third. They're connecting more passes, and I think taking a little bit more risk. You saw that long ball over the top, trying to stretch Brooklyn out. They got into the wide channels to try to cross the ball in as well, different ways to attack.
Attention Lights FC fans, join us on Saturday, September 5th as the Lights take on New Mexico United. Get ready for wrestling night at Cashman Field. Body slams, big personalities, and all the drama of the squared circle. Let's rumble together as we cheer the Lights on to victory. This leads to a very important question, Jade. If you were to have a wrestling name, would you just go with your name, or are you coming up with some alter ego?
I don't feel like Jade is very intimidating. I don't know, maybe it is. Jade the Grenade.
Jade the Grenade, I mean, that works.
Kind of good. That was straight from the dome.
Sometimes inspiration strikes.
What would yours be?
I mean, if we're going for the rhyming thing, I mean, Mark the Shark would be sort of the complimentary part there as Rodriguez plays it back to Anderson. Locker keeps it low to the ground. Antonoglu laying it up ahead. Pinzon able to wiggle it back to Mark Ibarra. Pinzon again. Thread it forward. Ibarra taps it back to Rodriguez. A lot of good ball movement here from Las Vegas. Here's the cross, and it's played towards goal, but Demi Antonoglu couldn't get it on frame. I mean, how many different players touched that ball in the build-up?
That's what I'm loving from Las Vegas right now is they're being so patient in the build-up. They're recognizing how compact Brooklyn's defensive structure is. They're moving the ball around. This ball chipped to the back post. Beautiful. Antonoglu was by himself, unmarked. Just could not get that one on frame. Las Vegas not trying to rush things, knowing they have a ton of time. You can tell that they're recognizing that Brooklyn is very structured, very compact. There's no way to play through the lines. When they do play the ball higher up to their 9, they're going to bring it right back. You've seen that throughout their buildup, especially when they're on the top of Brooklyn's 18.
Okioshi now. Tight passing now for Brooklyn. Guillen does well to shrug off Obregon. He has been pestering this back line for Las Vegas, and he already has one goal to boot. He's hungry for another. Goal scoring getting started just 4 minutes into this game. Some pressure, a hiccup, and that's all it took. Probo. Is it to Ofemu? Tonaglu. It's Carson Locker, a young midfielder who has really stepped into his own this season. That one can't be kept in play. Attention, Lights FC fans, join us on Saturday, October 17th as the Lights take on Lexington SC for our final match at Cashman Field. After so many unforgettable nights, it's time to say goodbye. Come celebrate the history, the memories, and the community we've built here as we close out this chapter together. See you at Cashman one last time. And that is true. After tonight, just 5 more home games for the Las Vegas Lights here at Cashman Field. Got some residential areas that'll be taking the place of this site here. It's a little bit of a last dance sort of situation for Las Vegas here in 2026 as this one falls to Rodriguez. Johnny Rodriguez has it blocked. Falls back to him. He'll lay it off. Pinzone. That one deflected away. A couple more chances. Not falling through here for Las Vegas.
And no one steps to the ball initially on both the shots that were taken, so why not rip it from outside the 18? You can see Rocco Romeo after that play just telling Brooklyn to calm down, take a breather, retain possession once again, because once Las Vegas continues to get the ball, gain possession, you have to feel like it's going to break open for them at one point. Brooklyn, after that opening goal, has not really had any offensive opportunities.
The steam has been losing some muster as the game has gone along for Brooklyn. I was mentioning earlier, this is their first real West Coast trip. Prior to this, their furthest road game was Louisville, Kentucky, which, by the way, is still in the Eastern time zone, Eastern Standard Time Zone. So they haven't even gone to Central or Mountain or anything. And then suddenly, all right, let's go to Vegas. 10:30 kickoff Eastern time. That takes some adapting. And sometimes it can look good at first, but then you start getting into those later hours for your normal clock, and you gotta have some physical and mental fortitude. Another free kick opportunity for Brooklyn. Obregon lifts this one in. Ofemu nods it away. Headed back into the mixer. It's Ofemu again. Tall 6'4" center back, dishing away the opportunities there. Anderson. Not liking his options. Now he'll tap it out wide. Here's a service. Punched away by Burns. Play continues. Pinzone up ahead. Rodriguez. It's Pinzone again. Curling ball. He's looking for Locker. There have been some promising moments here for Las Vegas, but it's just lacking that last pass or that finishing touch. Goes off the face of Pinzone. They kept at it nonetheless. Kiyoshi. It's played up the pitch. Right now is Pierre da Silva. Laughlin will settle it down. Still Ryan McLaughlin. How about that little touch? Wins the glance off of Antonoglu. That will be a deep throw-in for Brooklyn. We're sauntering in for Brooklyn FC here. They'll toss it short. Okioshi. Persistent. Taimu Okioshi. Somehow that clips over to Obregon. He cuts it across. McLaughlin. Took a couple touches to settle that in. Pinzon keeps it in bounds and gives it the nice boot.
Have to give credit to Okioshi's cheeky pass there. I think it took everyone by surprise. He created just a ton of space for his teammates to drive into as everyone was following him back towards his own goal, facing that way. Pass behind was fantastic.
Got everyone chasing in their own direction. Alves. Anderson tried to turn it ahead. Now it's Okioshi again. Olney. Can't force anything forward. Brooklyn enjoying the 1-0 lead they earned early on in this game. As they try to shift their opponent into pieces and find that second goal. It's a loose touch. It's an awkward deflection. Gian. Anderson has it poked away. How wide this one goes. Sesak. Feeding it into the middle. Settle down! Burns collides in to stop the chance. An abrasive intervention by Lucas Burns.
And it was really from the build-up. This ball was started from the back line. A ton of contact there at the end. And it really looked like Burns got the most of it. Pinzon's cleat into his chest. Both men still down on the pitch. But again, another fantastic build-up to almost a goal-scoring opportunity for Las Vegas.
Well, this might be a situation where Pinzon may have to step out of the game. Be a drop ball situation as Lucas Burns collided with Christian Pinzon. Will he be allowed to walk it off on the pitch? Looks like that will be the case. I think he was about to wave on the training staff, but Pinzon gets up right before that.
Burns has worked very well off his line tonight. Not being afraid or not backing down from any challenge that Las Vegas has been throwing at him, whether it be bodies or balls in the box.
Ofemu with the venture forward, lays it up. Lucas Burns will just tap it over to his right-hand side. Laughlin, Frogson, and Okioshi now on the ball. It's a loose pass, but it still finds a Brooklyn player. They will go on. Ref saw nothing in it. Pinzon. Trying to slip it up ahead. Anderson still jousting for it. Being played on the ground. Walker. Ball's over to Rodriguez. Antonoglu. That deflects up into the air. Still in bounds, headed towards goal. Still Las Vegas knocking on the door. Here comes a service. Was hunting for Anderson. Wind-up effort. The whistle sounded. The offside flag going up. Wouldn't have counted had it gone through. Our assistant official with hawk-like eyes on it.
Initially, you have to give credit to Callum Frogson, who was defending the ball that was going to be played through. The initial pass from Las Vegas did a fantastic job to step in for Brooklyn and not allow that to go through. You're seeing how Brooklyn is shifting altogether when Las Vegas is switching the ball from one side to the other, especially in their defensive half. How quick they are to get into position and move the ball over. Vegas trying to pull the ball out, but Brooklyn is so dynamic right now in their defensive shape. They're not letting anything through.
Rocco Romeo rolls it up ahead to Vanka Yazil. Finds McLaughlin. Probo on the ball once again. He'll send this one up the field for Oleg Sanderson. Oleg Sanderson shrugging off Romeo. There's no one to cut across to, but he finds Pinzon going backward. That's a nice move from Rodriguez, but it's jabbed away from him at the last moment. Now Anderson with an overlapping run from Olney. And he's knocked over. Turn the CBS Sports Network on Wednesday, August 19th for a USL Championship Western Conference showdown between former title winners. Phoenix Rising FC take on Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC at 10 p.m. Eastern. Catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network August 19th. The set piece will be taken short for Brooklyn. Alves along the touchline. Nicely done in tight quarters. Couldn't quite get back onto it. And now Vanka Yazil. Lifted over to McLaughlin. He'll go in centrally. McLaughlin still dribbling. And it's always going upward. Another corner kick incoming. Or goal kick, excuse me.
Las Vegas Lights fans, it's time for the Circus Lucky Road giveaway. All these fans sitting in section
Here's a Famu.
Row A are tonight's lucky winners.
Rolled out to Sesak.
They got a prize courtesy of Circus Las Vegas. Congratulations, guys. Enjoy the match.
The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Sesak will throw it in. Able to find Johnny Rodriguez. Then it's jarred out of his clutches. Played ahead quickly. Obregon all by himself. I think he realized that he was in a bit of a bind, so had to shoot then. It was now or never. That's a loose touch from Alves, giving the ball back to the home side. And very aggressive here from Las Vegas Lights, trying to find an answer after conceding early in this game, but it hasn't broken through for them yet. Devin Rensing working hard to establish a new culture here in Vegas. It's been a little over a year now that he's been in charge after he took over in the middle of last season. So it's a long process setting that new culture. I felt they got a little unlucky with some results early on in the season where they could have gotten more points out of an affair, or felt they deserved them. But he was really proud of the way the team kept trudging on and pushing forward. And well, that's the kind of mentality they need in this game right now. After taking the early blow, Rodriguez wrestling for the ball. We'll play it back to Antonoglu.
The two words that I really felt like he was honing in on in our talk earlier this week was competitiveness, compete, and relentlessness. He wants his team to, no matter what, go for the next thing, the next goal, the next pass, the next run, and to compete for 90+ minutes, whatever it is, no matter what the score is. If they're up, if they're down, if it's tied, he needs his team to continue to go and push the pace of the game, no matter what, and it goes to what they're doing now.
Try to generate something else there. It ends up lifting over top for Pinzon.
They're relentlessly still trying to compete and creating a ton of opportunities for themselves. You're seeing Brooklyn maybe a little bit tired. The hands are on their knees when the ball goes out of bounds. This is a fantastic, just direct play with the head in. No need to bring the ball down. Have the timing to push the ball across. Just doesn't get over it, but Pinzon has had a ton of opportunities here in this first half. This team knowing that they need to get a goal back and then another one to gain all 3 points here at home in a game that, like we mentioned earlier, it's important for them to win this game. And Coach told us it might be the most important game of the season because of what it will prove to us and ourselves.
Have to keep applying the pressure. He's telling us nothing is given in this business. You have to go and take it yourself, and right now Brooklyn are the ones who have gone and taken something so far. 1-0 in favor of the visitors. Pinzon rolls it over to the middle for Ibarra. It's a Brooklyn team that's trying to bounce back from a tough loss 2 weeks ago against Charleston Battery on the road, a 5-0 drubbing. Started literal seconds into that game, so sort of dishing out a similar kind of story to start this one. Played well for the rest of that first half until they conceded in the closing moments as well to make it 2-0. Feels like that's a bit of a gut punch on the road. You get the game postponed last weekend, so you have to sit on that result a little bit longer, and maybe you're just itching to bounce back from that game and you don't get the opportunity to, but they've done well to show nicely for themselves in this game up to this point. Probo sending it over to the left-hand side. Bit of a haywire collision there. Vegas will keep possession, keep on prodding. Play because head contact, so some players for Vegas a little bit indignant by the decision, but the moment there's fear of a head injury, you have to stop play and immediately go check to it. This is the correct call from the officiating crew.
And another just hard tackle right in the middle of the pitch. Wanting to make sure that everyone is okay before play restarts. You talk about them having this break in between games with the game being postponed. It can really go one of two ways to help or hinder you. You have, if you continue to play and you don't have that suspension of a game, and then you continue with your legs, you continue with the rhythm of the game and rhythm of being together, then once you have a break, you have that opportunity to rest legs. You have the opportunity to get back to, okay, what do we really need to work on? More training sessions to be together as a group. And right now, I feel like it has helped Brooklyn with, yes, the rest of the legs, and of course, travel across the country does not help that necessarily, but they have had the time to really hone in on what can we do better? How do we put the ball away? The get-together moment, if you will, of how can we make the rest of this season the best and make that push for the playoffs, because they still can make it with the games that they have in hand.
And they stick it all together like a nice giant spider web. Get things going once again as we see 4 minutes of stoppage time added on. Brought to you by Promino. are off and running again. Well, so we thought. Doesn't love a little fake out there, as now we're going. At least we think we are. I think we can be pretty confident that the game is happening now. Probo, how about that pass going forward? Really looking for someone to slot into that spot. Traveled a good distance. Burns in no rush to pick that one up. We'll await the pressure from Rodriguez. Alves playing it forward, still in bounds. And they may go hunting once more. Cleared away for a deep throw in for the visitors. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Ushered in the corner. Your guess is as good as mine who that came off of last. They're going to say it went off of Las Vegas. So corner kick that will not be hurriedly taken by Brooklyn. They wouldn't mind if there isn't too many opportunities left after this kick is taken. Probably be through about 3 minutes by the time this is taken. At least close. Obregon will provide the service. Low-driven ball of Femu emphatically knocks that out of harm's way. Montanoglu. It over to the right-hand side. Collected, now swerved into the middle. 30 more seconds to go on the half. Montanoglu back on the ball. Ends up squeaking free. Anderson is playing it up the pitch. Landfear will quickly tap it back to Probo. And forward Las Vegas go again. One more foray, excuse me. Pinzon. Not sure if that's where he intended for that one to go, going off the outside of his boot. This one a little bit more on target and just ejected for a corner kick. Laughlin, don't think he realized just how open he was over there. No one surrounding him. Better safe than sorry, but in this case, it does result in a corner kick. And it is the first corner kick of the evening for Las Vegas Lights, a Richard Harris Law Firm corner kick. Pinzon. Drilled in short. And the halftime whistle goes off here. 4 minutes into the game. Brooklyn, the very far from home travelers, score an early goal, and that is the only goal so far in this one. J.C. Obregon answering the call and giving this Eastern Conference team the lead.
Obregon needing to do what he had to do in the opening stages of this game, but I think both sides are playing very good football. They're moving the ball around, they're trying to find the best opportunities on net, they're taking risks, they're taking chances. Now can Las Vegas put all the pieces together and find that equalizer for Brooklyn on the other end? Can they continue to add, even when Las Vegas is trying to put the pressure on them, can they return the favor the other way?
1-0 for Brooklyn as it stands right now. Another 45 minutes still to go, but after this halftime break, we'll step aside briefly. We've got some content coming your way up next on the CBS Sports Golazo Network.
Hello, my name is Ramon Martin del Campo, City of Henderson police officer and former Las Vegas Lights team captain. My mother, Susie, desperately waited for a second chance after years of fighting kidney disease. Through a paired kidney exchange program, she was able to receive the gift of life through transplant. Currently, about 85% of Americans waiting need a kidney transplant. I am a living kidney donor. Nevadans are giving. Join us at wearenevadans.org.
Escape to a vacation at Circus Circus. Experience the thrill of the Adventure Dome. 5 acres with more than 25 rides to keep you on the edge of your seat. Ride our newest attractions, Nebula Z, Twists and Teacups, Circus Swings, and Little Sprinter Raceway. More rides, more excitement, an experience for the entire family. Life's a circus. Let's play!
Off we go from Las Vegas, Nevada. Rodriguez scored the winner that night. He shoots here. Oh, he buries it with a rocket. Anderson across. It's in 2-1. Cashman Field certainly packed with Vegas Lights supporters tonight. Just more excited. Play in front of the home fans. Who wouldn't be?
Up here, it is fantastic in Las Vegas tonight, but we can feel the energy.
Comprehensive Cancer Centers is a proud sponsor of Las Vegas Lights SC. 1-0 in favor of the visitors after 45 minutes. Mark Schoenster, Jane Parkett with you here. We're going to step aside because you're going to learn a little bit more about all the stadiums in development in the United Soccer League.
They are more than shiny and new. The latest collection of brand new stadiums in USL are a commitment to communities. Fans in Boise have set attendance records. Finishing touches greet the fans in Fort Wayne weekly. In Greenville, Triumph fans are in love with their permanent new home. These projects take time and patience, but nothing gets a community excited like seeing a shovel in the ground. Detroit City of the USL Championship has gone from dreams to renderings to construction. At its recent groundbreaking in Southwest Detroit, Alumni Phi Stadium became a vision for the very near future.
We've been incredibly fortunate to create something that's way bigger than us, and that we have the great fortune of being stewards of it. And the stadium represents really an investment in that community, an investment in this neighborhood, a tremendous investment in the city, and something that will be around for generations to come.
With this stadium, the club is investing in its future and demonstrating a long-term commitment to building a sustainable, community-driven club. I'm excited for what the future holds for Detroit City. I can't wait to be back here for the opening match in 2028. And I want to say congratulations to the fans, supporters, ownership group, and the entire community that made this amazing new home possible.
At 15,000 seats, Alumni Phi raises the bar for Detroit City. Soon there will be more groundbreakings and sounds of stadium construction as USL gets closer to the launch of Premier.
You ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
Unreal. A jaw-dropping leveler. Stoppage time drop. Wonderful finish in the USL.
Sometimes the waves are calling your name. Other times, you think the waves are calling your name, but actually, it's the kids. This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
Orange County lead. He has a Tulsa ahead.
Brinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Brinks tires will be there for the long haul.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
This week on USL All Access, we get you ready for the quarterfinals in Brinks Tires USL Cup. Plus some of the biggest results, including Tampa Bay's throttling of Orange County, that very much sets the tone for the Players' Shield race down the stretch. That's this week on USL All Access, available on the SiriusXM app or the USL YouTube page.
We welcome you back here to Cashman Field. It's not Mike Watts here, it's Mark Schoenster along with Jade Barquette on the broadcast. 1-0 in favor of Brooklyn FC after 45 plus. Still waiting for the second half to start, so let's get you some scores from around the league. Here are some of the earlier fixtures from the day. Pittsburgh Riverhounds getting a big 3 points against the Charleston Battery. Obviously, these are a lot of the Eastern Conference games, which is going to be of more importance to that of Brooklyn, as these matches all have such big implications with the playoff race. Brooklyn, though, they need to be more concerned with getting 3 points game in and game out. But speaking of big games, though, Colorado Springs, 2 stoppage time goals in the second half to turn 0 points into 3. Talk about guts, Jade.
I love it. You love to see a team come back and absolutely demolish it, get those 3 points, and really secure themselves a game-defining win.
New Mexico United continues their crazy winning streak here if they can hang on to that one against Tulsa, as we now will go over to Dan Lucas, who's going to give us some more broad perspective stuff on the USL.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at the headlines. The semifinal round of the Brinks Tires USL Cup will feature 4 championship clubs, including the defending Cup champs, Hartford Athletic. They will host Colorado Springs. San Antonio will host Louisville City. Both Louisville and Colorado Springs advanced in penalty kick shootouts in the quarterfinals. Loudoun United made club history with the 6-figure transfer of forward Thor Ulfarsson to the top flight in Iceland, which just happens to be Ulfarsson's home country. Thor is the club's leading scorer with 10 goals and 3 assists through 21 matches in all competitions. Congrats to Colorado Springs head coach Alan McCann, the championship coach of the month for July. The Switchbacks were a perfect 4-0 in all competitions, producing 10 goals while allowing just 2 goals. Upcoming national spotlight games, all on CBS Sports Network. Union Omaha hosting Richmond this weekend in League One. Phoenix Rising in Colorado Springs on the 19th. That game is also on 2DN. Then it's Orange County and FC Tulsa on the 22nd. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
Mike, I don't know what's going on with me. I feel kind of down. My vibe's just off.
Don't worry, I got you. I'll show you where I found my vibe.
Find your vibe, flexible financing, and your next car. All closer than you think at Findlay Volkswagen.
Ready for a better ride? Get more value with honest deals and no-charge registration.
Hey! Stop by today and find your vibe.
I'm here to find my bike.
All right,
come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ramon Martin del Campo, City of Henderson police officer and former Las Vegas Lights team captain. My mother, Susie, desperately waited for a second chance after years of fighting kidney disease. Through a paired kidney exchange program, she was able to receive the gift of life through transplant. Currently, about 85% of Americans waiting need a kidney transplant. I am a living kidney donor. Nevadans are giving. Join us at wearenevadans.org.
Capriati's. We slow roast butterball turkeys overnight, then hand pull them every morning, and carefully slice the most premium beef sold in America, Snake River Farms American Wagyu. We've been doing this for 50 years. We believe real food made with the best ingredients is worth the extra effort. It's why the Bobby was voted America's greatest sandwich, and why we earned a place in the Cheesesteak Hall of Fame. Try any of our award-winning sandwiches today and taste why we're simply the best since 1976. Sign up for Capriati's Rewards and get a free small sub with purchase.
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. It's now dark in Vegas, which means it's still light in Vegas because all the lights have gone up. And there's certainly been lights on Cashman Field, but it's not Vegas who's shined at this point. It's Brooklyn with the goal from J.C. Obregon.
He needed to show up for his team tonight, a proven goal scorer throughout his career. This ball, a poor giveaway by Las Vegas, and he nails that one home. And it wouldn't be the only opportunity that Brooklyn has had throughout this match, but the most decisive as he slotted this one. No one could stop it from Las Vegas in that early stage of the match.
Here's a look at the halftime stats, and the margin's pretty thin here. Vegas with a lot of the possession, but kind of that top stat line, that's the most important one, right?
Truly, it only matters if the ball goes in the back of the net, but Las Vegas is continuing to add shots. The shots on target are not as much as Brooklyn has had, but I think it's because Las Vegas is taking a lot more opportunities from outside the net. Brooklyn getting a lot closer to goal to take those opportunities. I think the possession doesn't actually equal what we're seeing on the pitch. Percentages may be varying a little bit, but this is still a very tight game on both sides.
We'll see if there are any tweaks, whether it be to personnel or just to tactics, that make the difference here for either side. Right now, it's Brooklyn who have a lead to defend thanks to that goal from Juan Carlos Obregon. He'll give the pep talk, making sure that his team stays dialed in at what is approaching midnight Eastern time for Brooklyn in their first ever trek over to the West Coast. Again, this is their first time playing out of their time zone this season, which is pretty crazy to think about. We're now in mid-August. The lights on the phones are playing here for Galactic Night. I saw some galactic activities at halftime, a lightsaber duel. I didn't recognize any characters, so they might be originals.
I was thinking the same.
Just like our wrestling personas. Las Vegas looking to see if they can bring out the chair and turn this game on its head. A couple of effective attacks. They'll now be going left to right, Brooklyn right to left as see what does the second half have in store for us as we are wrapping up these final games here this Saturday in the USL Championship. And only the West Coast games that are in action now. Everyone is really still in it in the playoff race in the West Coast. as we get things rolling once again here from Cashman Field. Mark Schoenster, Jade Barquette with you here on the broadcast. It took Brooklyn under 4 minutes to find the difference maker in this game so far. Is there a response for Vegas? Or perhaps some insurance goals for Brooklyn? Sit tight and enjoy this one with us here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. We appreciate you tuning in from wherever it may be, whether you're a Vegas fan and just couldn't make it out to the game, or you're keeping your eyelids open as a Brooklyn fan back closer to Maimonides Park. Though it does seem like there's a good chunk of fans who made the trek out here, and you could hear them a couple of times during the game, and obviously got to see them celebrating after the early goal.
Definitely a loud roar when that goal was put in the back of the net.
Anderson trying to take on 2 defenders at once, and although he wasn't successful in breaking through, he will keep possession with the throw-in. I mean, that's just like the ideal trip though, right? If you're gonna do a road game, especially a long road game, as a fan for the team, why not make it a weekend in Vegas?
It seems ideal. It seems ideal from a fan perspective, and very valid in my opinion, honestly.
Get in Friday night after work, hit some casinos, enjoy the day in Vegas, watch this game. You can go see a show after this. I mean, the possibilities.
That is young in Vegas.
Right.
Anything is possible.
There's certainly still a lot possible in this matchup, as both sides will see if they can impose their will for the next 45 minutes. Pinzon lifted over to the left-hand side for Olex Anderson. Anderson dancing in, has a lift. And that was a shot or a cross. It kind of got stuck somewhere in between. Lucas Burns surveying. He will launch it into play. Femu. Touch on it, Anderson. Now tussling with them. Zone. Nice little sidestep, and he will switch the point of attack over to the left-hand side. Antanoglu had a rifling effort himself. He's able to score from a similar spot not too long ago against Phoenix Rising. Got a little confidence to him now. Hey, Las Vegas Lights fans, scan the QR code on the screen for more on the official protein drink of the Las Vegas Lights. Find them at drinkpromito.com. Obregon to Olney, tried to thread the needle up to Anderson. Antanoglu. Right now in Vegas, not as blisteringly hot as it's been for previous games, 88 degrees right now. We're not compelled to have a hydro break, which is something that's become pretty frequent in Vegas games as of late, whether it be at home or a road game against Miami. It's become such a topic of conversation across the soccer world, given the required hydro breaks during the World Cup. Sesok curling it in, caught by Lucas Burns. Obviously, some of the controversy being just every single game and every single half having the hydro break. But obviously, if we're getting hydro breaks in the USL, that's because it's been deemed necessary for it to be the case. But when you're in certain locations, you're more likely to have them than in other locations. It's a lovely ball placed forward, just a little bit too far ahead of Pierre Da Silva. I asked Devin Rensing just how much are you actually able to do any coaching during those hydration breaks? And he was like, well, first and foremost, it's really hot, so it's mainly a chance to get some water, but you know, if you see something, you go and say it to the guys. Usually it's more about individual tweaks, but if there was ever an overarching thought, you don't want to be too overcomplicated with it, but you can say it as they try to attack here. Anderson has a rip towards goal, but it's straight at Lucas Burns.
Growing up and playing in Florida for most of my life, having a hydration break was needed, A, because of the water portion, but B, you can talk, you can change little tactics on the pitch in real time.
This effort, once again, rolling towards goal. Burns is ready for it again.
And it's really more about talking in smaller groups, maybe as teammates together. You have the opportunity to actually take a break and get together instead of just trying to pass information on the field or yell across the field. You can come together as a group. Does this work for you? Is that what you see as well? And really correct things so you can use that next 5-10 minutes after that water break, hydration break, to correct them and see if they work.
And that's a good point you bring up. It's not just coach to players, it's also players to players. And Devin Rensing said it's also players to coach, because they're going to see things on the pitch, obviously, that the coaches can't see from their vantage point. Ibarra, cross going in, spills out and somehow finds its way back to Rodriguez. That one had some knuckle on it. Lucas Burns able to take the sting off and then pick up the second part.
Once again, Las Vegas threatening a shot from far out. Burns, who's been fantastic all night. Maybe wasn't expecting that one as it was dipping down towards the end, but collects it nonetheless. Rodriguez has been so key for this Las Vegas side in his attack. Hasn't been successful tonight, though.
Burns able to claim that one as well. It was a lofty ball over top for Rodriguez. Stepping inside now is Vanka Yazil. Sesak able to chest that one down, and Lanfear will quickly roll it to Beno Femu. Anderson couldn't quite keep his balance. Ball rolling away from him. Olney ahead to Anderson. Try to track this one down. Sesak is there with them. I mean, that's excellent work from the right back. Basically disposed of the striker there. Walker sending this one in. No one really to receive that pass from Carson Locker. Alves. It's over to Pinzon now. Probo trying to sift that one through, and the throw-in will be halted for 2 substitutions. The first 2 changes for Marlon LeBlanc, as Jaden Servania comes in for Pierre Da Silva, and Malik Pinto will sub on for Taimu Okiyoshi. Good shift today from Okiyoshi. Some extra juice offensively with Servania subbing in.
Okiyoshi definitely had a fantastic shift. Creative, deceptive in his movements and with his 1v1 dribbling. Fantastic work from him. No, his head coach is proud of the work that he put in to put them in the position they're at right now.
So we're gonna go all the way back to Charlie Lanfear, who keeps things going. Rodriguez settles this one down. How about that intervention from Rocco Romeo? has the ball in the penalty area, and the center back closing down.
Brooklyn's back line, really their front, or their back 4-5, potentially even the midfield themselves, have done such a good job at blocking any potential shots. You're seeing Rocco Romeo reading this ball. He comes all the way from the other side of the 18-yard box to continue to track the play in the ball throughout the air. He doesn't take his eyes off the player or the ball as it comes down, and then puts his foot out at that exact right moment to block that shot. Impressive work by the center back.
I mean, that's a great pass and touch too, and Romeo just slams the door.
Couldn't have asked for a cleaner ball or a cleaner touch.
Pinto. Fresh into the game. Now McLaughlin. He's it forward for Servania, the other substitute. Only and Sesak bumping shoulders for the ball. Attention Light FC fans, join us on Saturday, August 29th as the Lights take on Charleston Battery. Take a trip down memory lane with retro music, nostalgic vibes, and throwback entertainment. Let's celebrate the classics while making new memories together. And that's August 29th. Against the Charleston Battery, who suffered a loss earlier today to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. One of many USL Championship games that took place here today. A lot of Brooklyn jerseys surrounding this back line for Las Vegas as they try to build out from the back.
That's what worked for Brooklyn in the first half. They're continuing to put 1 and 2 and 3 bodies around the ball, really compact the area for Las Vegas so they were not able to build out. And if they did, they were baiting them to one side of the pitch so they could pick up that second ball. Just like you saw there, fantastic step in, not allowing that ball to go through.
Devin Rensing readying his first 2 changes of the match. Next chance we get. First, they will be hunting for something before that takes place. This one takes a deflection. Anderson trying to track it down. And a corner kick incoming here for Las Vegas. This will be a Richard Harris Law Firm corner kick. As they hunt for an equalizer here in the second half of action. Something they've been doing since the 4th minute of this match. Team Zone, 11 assists in a Las Vegas Lights kit. This one dips down, punched away by Burns. Guillen to the top of the 18, and that one always going upward. Lights fans, all 3 of the 2026 Las Vegas Lights kits are now available. Scan the QR code to check it out. Wear a kit while you're drumming. You can wear a kit while you're waving a flag around, or you can just wear a kit from your couch or
to the grocery store.
Walmart. Yeah, exactly. You read my mind there.
Always thinking about food over here.
Not a bad thing to have on your mind 24/7. Some would say that's just survival instincts, you know, just running through your brain. '60 minutes through. Free kick awarded. Brooklyn. Imagine for now will continue to hunt for a second goal, but I wonder past the 75-minute mark just how aggressive they'll be on the road with the 1-0 scoreline. It is worth noting there are some weapons coming in for Vegas here soon that could change their motivations a little bit. Anderson with the cross. Only chested over to Alves. Into the middle it goes. Anderson taps it over to the channel. Only lifting it up. It bounces inside the 6-yard box, but no one's able to get to it. And I teased those offensive weapons that are coming in, and here they are for Devin Rensing. Mark Ibarra and Carson Locker are subbing off. And incoming are not two midfielders, Jade. These are two attacking players. Abraham Ochere subbing on, and Manuel Arteaga, who scored his first goal of the season last week against Miami. This is a guy that's not used to having his first goal be in August. He backs them day to day throughout his career in the USL Championship.
These are two players that have to make an impact when they step on the pitch. They're put in for the offensive power that they can provide, the energy source that their team is going to need here in the latter half of this second half. When they need a goal, maybe two, obviously want to get all 3 points, especially here at home. Can they be the super sub? Can they be the game changers that their coach needs them to be?
Obregon. He's the game changer in this game so far, along with the pressure of his teammates. CJ Olney with the assist in the 4th minute of the match. Attention Lights FC fans, join us on Saturday, September 5th as the Lights take on New Mexico United. Get ready for wrestling night at Cashman Field. Body slams, big personalities, and all the drama of the squared circle. Let's rumble together as we cheer the Lights on to victory. Brooklyn looking to be quite the heel here this evening against Las Vegas. Here's the cross, flip towards goal, punched again by Lanfear, making sure Anderson doesn't clean it up.
Once again, he comes up massive for Las Vegas. Had a few saves in that first half. It really kept this thing within one. And a double save there with an attacker, with an attacking player in his face at that.
Not only did he make it a second effort, but he was able to punch it off of Anderson to win the goal kick too.
High IQ from, he was on the ground when he was making that second save as well. He wasn't even fully standing up. Talk about a goalkeeper that is trying to do all the right things, pushing the energy forward through the lines to will it into the other end.
Marlon LeBlanc barking some commands. Open his side, can stay dialed in here. As far as the way that they believe they can win games this season, Marlon LeBlanc doesn't think it needs to be any particular individual guy. Told me earlier this season that we've intentionally picked every player on this roster for their respective spot. No one needs to be more than who they are. Very thoughtful in the way that they assembled this team. Now each of those players has to maintain that role and stay steady in that role. As we get a yellow card here, Olex Anderson goes down.
And he puts the pressure on the back line of Brooklyn. He's going in between both defenders. But in the end, Froxson, it does look like hits his leg and will get booked for it.
Froxson, the Englishman,
This is the pressure that Vegas needs to put on Brooklyn in these moments. Make the runs through, either foul them or win the ball back. Now they have a set piece opportunity and prime positioning with two players standing over it that can whip this ball in.
In zone and Antanoglu, who will be the one to take it. Go ahead's been given. Antanoglu curling it in, dealt with by Romeo. Second service, falls through! Off the crossbar! Close but not quite for Benno Femu.
And what a service. This ball clipped to the back post. Brooklyn's the first one to get to it, but the second ball, they stay in the box. So Femu does a fantastic job of staying unmarked from the back line of Brooklyn, who were in position, but not down enough as it hits the crossbar. You could see everybody with bated breath, waiting for that one to dip down far enough. Vegas still searching for that equalizer here. They've had most of the opportunities throughout this match.
And yet the scoreline is what it is. It's the kind of storyline that coaches love to hear about when their team is on the road, especially far from home. You know not every game on the road is going to be your pretty emblematic game where you do everything according to plan, but the context is as it is. You just want to get into some places, get that quick goal, or maybe that late goal, smash and grab and get out of there with all 3 points. That's what Brooklyn's looking to do here. Obregon, lovely looking ball. Ends up sputtering over top. Arteaga. Plays that one back to paint zone. Rodriguez. Spinning it over to the left-hand side for Antanoglu. His service, dipping down, Arteaga back across! Las Vegas tie this ball game. A lofty cross, a header to keep it in play, and Alex Anderson making sure it crosses that line.
This was the equalizer they were looking for once again. Patient in the buildup. This ball whipped across, overarching, never give up on the play. What a finish. This is a team that wants to win. This team will fight the relentlessness that their head coach is wanting from them. Do anything to put the ball in the back of the net. Unmarked is the sub. Arteaga and puts it in the back of the net to capitalize. A fantastic buildup for Vegas.
6th goal of the season for Alex Anderson. Goals brought to you by Circus Circus Hotel and Casino. And, well, Manuel Arteaga, as of starting last game, had 0 goals and 0 assists. He gets his first goal of the season against Miami, and then picks up his first assist of the season here tonight. And they're on the run once again. Arteaga skips it back. Anderson, that's actually Ochere. Now Pinzon has a go. It's off target. Attention Lights FC fans, join us on Saturday, October 17th as the Lights take on Lexington SC for our final match at Cashman Field. After so many unforgettable nights, it's time to say goodbye. Come celebrate the history, the memories, and the community we built here as we close out this chapter together. See you at Cashman one last time. Manuel Arteaga, someone who now has 20 assists in his career in the USL Championship and 58 goals. When he scored that 58th goal the other day, Devin Rensing had this to say about it. You put him in that spot, he scores. Got a lot of credit to give to Pinzon for working in the middle and finding that pass there. And yeah, you see a little extra pep in his step this week now. They finally kind of got that monkey off his back. As this one gets to Rodriguez. Johnny Rodriguez back into the middle. It's knocked away for a corner kick. It is awfully lively here for Las Vegas.
And they're continuing to capitalize, and Brooklyn looks like they're suffering from the travel, the heat, the tired legs that are coming on their body as they're cramping. You see on the field, Rodriguez, what a cutback. He gives himself time and space to make a decision, picks his head up, tries to find the best opportunity, and when players are running back towards their own goal, you never know what could happen. This ball cleared away.
On a Richard Harris Law Firm corner kick. Devin Rensing looking at the players recovering here, and got some players down on the ground for Brooklyn, and you know they're just trying to catch their breath figuratively and literally here. You get hit with that first goal, and it is lit a fire in this Las Vegas team. It's certainly going to get the home side fans into it. Opponents feel like they're drowning when they're playing the top teams. He went and sourced from his time when he was in Spain. He got to watch Real Madrid in person and watch Cristiano Ronaldo play in person. And he said Ronaldo could have 5 goals in a game, and he was still putting everything out there to try to get that 6th goal. And teams would get so overwhelmed by playing them. And that's the kind of feeling we want to create for our opponents. Can that overwhelming effect result in a 2nd goal here for Las Vegas? Montanoglu. So a change was made during that break. It was Alves who went down, and he'll be subbed off for So Nishikawa. Montanoglu swerving it into the smoke. Obregon taking some bumps, drawing a foul. Be curious to see the body language and mentality of this Brooklyn team going forward. You're trying to hang on to that lead for so long, and now it's 1-1. And I mentioned earlier, when do you think about trying to just sit on the lead you had? Well, now you don't have it, so how aggressive are you to try to go and get all 3 points again? And when do you become content with getting a point on the long road trip? These are all decisions, but this is a team that really needs 3 points here with where they sit in the Eastern Conference.
I don't think Marlon LeBlanc would be satisfied with just settling for that 1 point.
Anderson rolls it in the middle for Arteaga. It goes over to Pinzon. Christian Pinzon blocked away. The hunt is on for Las Vegas right now. That one jarred into the middle. Rodriguez. Tap back goes to Probo. It's a good idea, but couldn't reach the intended target. Just parried away on the play. I believe by McLaughlin. Montanoglu through the smoke. We'll toss that one in. Guillen driving it forward nicely. Here's a hit. Oh, it's straight to the gut for Romeo. And they're going to blow the whistle for this one, too. Now, you're not obligated to blow the whistle for a shot to the gut. It's only head contact that the ref has to blow the play dead. He's made the decision, though. If you're concerned for a player's safety, you do have to let it ring.
And this one was taken directly. I mean, couldn't have squared it up any better or worse, depending on how you're looking at that one.
And that's a man who scored quite a few goals, Manuel Arteaga, ripping his laces through it. A literal gut check there for Rocco Romeo.
And kudos for him for getting up pretty quickly after that one.
That's the kind of shot that'll take the wind out of you. Ochere. Back it goes. Ochere has it again. Anderson now surveying his options. He was impeded for a moment. Pinto getting pressured. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
After the match for a special fireworks show. For those of you sitting in the preview deck.
Maybe hear the PA man echoing in the background right now. It is Galactic Night, so people in their best space outfits with their lightsabers and cloaks and whatnot, but also there will be fireworks after the game, so great night to be at Cashman Field.
That's even better.
Obregon dancing forward. Has the hit, it won't be. Offside flag will go up. Ref saying play on. Hasn't noticed that the flag went up. And now has, and is going to give the ball back to Brooklyn. I got to see in real time the ref recognizing the decision and then changing the course of action. Brooklyn will take the free kicks, but we will get some substitutions here. Vuk Latinovic will be subbing on for Ryan McLaughlin, so a little bit of batting down the hatches on one end. And then Peter Mangione will be stepping in on the other side. Send over wide. Sesak keep it in play. Sesak. Makes its way to Pinzon. He plays it forward to Rodriguez. This one will bounce its way over to Lucas Burns, and he will stall time before picking it up.
I think Vegas, even though they're being patient with how they're trying to attack and build up the ball, they could be even a little bit more, especially when Brooklyn is set in their defensive stance. You can see them trying to create tricks and create opportunities for themselves. If they just pull Brooklyn out and then try to go over the top again, it could allow them more space in front of the 18.
So in comes those substitutions now. Again, Latinovic in. Mangione in. The goal scorer, J.C. Obregon, takes leave. Mangione, Latinovic will look to see if they can at least see through the draw, but preferably find a late game winner. They had the lead for such a large chunk of this game, only to see it vanish with the combined effort of Demi Antonoglu, along with Arteaga and Olex Anderson. Probo with the curler, caught by Burns. Lanfear on the ball. Rolls it over to Probo. Probo, out wide to Sesak. Rolls it in the middle for Rodriguez. Guillen, so composed. We'll just wait to play the pass until it's right. Sesak goes to the byline. Curling ball in! Couldn't be steered enough on frame by Rodriguez. Right in front of goal. And ends up blitzing to the other side.
Sesak with beautiful service in from this near side. Chips it in. Rodriguez was mostly open until that final second, but just could not get the head on it that he wanted. What I love, though, is after that play, immediately teammates come and pull him up off the ground. They need him if they're going to get all 3 points in this game. He has been instrumental throughout this match in distributing the ball and taking opportunities, having shots on goal. You love the leadership from within this team to pull their guy up, knowing that he's a leader himself.
On the other side, Servania! Punched off the woodwork! And only can't put it on frame. Brooklyn so close. My, oh my. Charlie Lanfear with a huge save and a little blessing from his goalpost. Servania, I mean, he is thrown to the ground. Antonoglu will be getting a yellow card for that. Wow, what a sequence. Brooklyn hasn't had much going forward here in the second half. And then a screaming chance here from Brooklyn.
And it was from one sub to another. Servania comes up, and what a pure strike. It was really something out of nothing. Nobody saw it coming. The very edge of the post. Ricocheted off, shook the entire structure. And Brooklyn, with a sub coming on the pitch, almost had an opportunity of his own, and then there was a foul immediately after. I don't really understand why that was necessary from Antonoglu. But Brooklyn will take advantage of any possession they can have right here as the second half winds down.
Olney lofting it in, and it will be a flag popping up, and another player down. Worried about head contact here. I mean, may have taken a punch straight from the goalkeeper here as we look on the replay. Romeo and Lanfear colliding. Getting into air territory of the goalkeeper as he's going in to knock it away. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. As some pressure here means another free kick. And you can hear those live matches all on the Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. A little over 5 minutes of the 90 to go, plus stoppage time. Both teams with a goal on the board. Can one of them find a winner? It's looked more likely to be Vegas, but then just moments ago, Jaden Servania was just a hair off of giving his team a lead for the second time in the match. Ravanya clears it. Now goes out to Sesak. Curling in. This one up in the air, Romeo, and it lands on the roof. Not sure if that one was going to stay in bounds or not. Lucas Burns had already come off his line to try and meet it. And here we go. Richard Harris Law Firm corner kick.
A perfect opportunity here for Vegas to try to capitalize. As the clock is winding down, they look like they're in great form. Can they continue with the fantastic service they've had all game and put this one on frame? Inzone has had supreme service throughout this match.
Latinovic able to manage that service. Rodriguez! Test your luck, and sometimes you hit the jackpot. Johnny Rodriguez with his 11th goal of the season. And a late lead change for Las Vegas Lights.
And once again, it was a second ball opportunity that really allowed them to put this one on frame. It took a deflection into the net, but it doesn't matter how it goes in. The fact that Rodriguez has continued to stay on top of his game, so apparent, so lively in this match. He had an opportunity that didn't go his way moments ago, got up, and with a help from Romeo deflection, Las Vegas is now up 1 on the visitors.
Turning this thing around in the second half. Las Vegas with a goal in the 68th minute, and then one here in the 87th from Johnny Rodriguez. 11 goals this season. He's been in the thick of the Golden Boot race, along with the likes of Darren Smith, Corey Bennett, Rubio Rubin, Peter Wilson. And what a moment for him to get another one here. So that goal puts him at 11, which ties him with Corey Bennett for second. None of his other competitors within the stratosphere scoring today, so they're both him and Bennett just a goal behind Darren Smith in that race, which I'm sure will be a fun competition as the season goes along. It also brings him up to 48 career goals in the USL Championship, so along with Manuel Arteaga, they got a lot of experience there. And could he have another? Not quite. The smoke hasn't cleared on the field from his first. He nearly put this game to bed.
Fantastic opportunity, keeps himself on side too. Creates that run. The touch just getting a little bit away from him, so couldn't put that one on frame. The smoke doesn't help either when you're trying to finish.
Montanoglu, and twisting there, or I guess I should say getting twisted, is Manuel Arteaga as the yellow card is quickly flashed. Fresh off the bench, Vuk Latinovic with his 5th yellow card of the season.
Came in a little bit late there. Arteaga doing a good job, but maybe a little bit of gamesmanship as well. Definitely did get his legs and no ball touch. So clearly a foul.
And that's 2 goals for your Lights. Midway Mayhem is on. Take your ticket to Circus Las Vegas and start a $10 midway card.
Las Vegas Lights, 90 minutes through the game, have the lead. Only gained it just recently as we get 5 more minutes added on, brought to you by Promino. Brooklyn with an early blow landed just 4 minutes into the game. Since then, though, it's been the home side that has been begging for the goals. They've been pushing. Couldn't find one in the first half. They've claimed 2 here in the second. And now that they have their lead, it's all about securing it. Blake Pope and Nate Jones are in for Johnny Rodriguez and Olex Anderson, the 2 goal scorers. Pope was gained with Olex Anderson, and then Johnny Rodriguez gave him a real reason to pop off. Just testing his luck at the top of the 18, ripping that shot into the traffic. Sometimes it pays some dividends because you never know where it might glance. And then it's, even if it doesn't glance off of anybody, it can be difficult for the goalkeeper to track when there's so many bodies in front of him.
Absolutely, and that's been a part of this match since the beginning. Las Vegas has taken shots outside of the 18 consistently. Brooklyn has dropped their back line very deep into the 18. So if they have more room on top, why not take it? It's exactly what happened as they scored what would be the game-winning goal if the score would stand. And with a little bit help of a deflection, excuse me. And unfortunately for Rocco Romeo, who's had a fantastic game tonight, he's really done everything right.
Anderson knocking over Ofemu. Had a rough night to start with his sort of stumble on the pressure, which led to that goal from Brooklyn, but since then has stepped in and intervened when need be. For so much of the game, I'm sure that clock felt like it was ticking so slowly for Brooklyn, and now it's probably zooming by. Just 2 more minutes for them to find an equalizer on the road. Or perhaps a chance for Vegas to put this one away, but the pass is behind. Latinovic out to Servania. We'll be wondering what could have been had that shot he smashed found its way in. Spinning ball, knocked away by Sesak. Anderson doing well to box out Pope, but eventually the substitute gets the better of the interaction.
A little bit surprised that one wasn't a foul. Lots of arm pulling there from Vegas. But the referee says play on.
That'll be a foul on Malik Pinto, though. One more minute to go. Marlon LeBlanc getting booked here late in the match. This match has devolved for his side, but there's still a little bit of time left if they can find a leveler. Ofemu doesn't reach the intended target, but ultimately his intended target is to get some airtime and drain away the seconds as Las Vegas just a couple more moments away. And they've seen it to its conclusion. They took an early blow, but the Lights in the second half flip the script and win 2-1 at home. A gutsy result from Devin Rensing's side.
It proved the relentlessness that he wants his team to have. They competed till the very end. A fantastic game for this Las Vegas side who has continued to be on a run.
Johnny Rodriguez with his 11th goal of the season is our man of the match, presented by Evil Pie. And what a dastardly goal he scored to give his team all 3 points. Taking the shot through traffic. Now he gets to sign some autographs with a smile on his face.
He had a fantastic game from start to finish. He was integral in how they were building up, the way that they were attacking, slowing down the attack when it needed to, and speeding it up when he had those opportunities as well. Taking shots from outside the 18, and one of them goes in the back of the net.
The W flag is waved. Probably just gave a message to the social media team. And we are ready to step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll have our post-game thoughts here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network.
Everyone is looking for a better future, but knowing how to get there can be difficult. At Rise Credit Union, we invest in our communities and empower our members to realize their potential and take control of their finances. Because with the right financial knowledge, 24/7 access, and genuine care, we believe there are no limits to what you can achieve. Become a part of something bigger than just a bank. Rise beyond banking.
Post-game here at Cashman Field. It's 7 straight unbeaten now for the Las Vegas Lights, and they pick up all 3 points in a game they trailed for a good chunk of here. 2-1 your final score. Mark Schoenster, Jade Barquette with you here on the broadcast. Let's revisit all the fun and the action from this one here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Starting with a disastrous start for one side and a bright opening for the visitors, who had quite the long road to get here.
Brooklyn needed to strike first, and they needed to maintain that level throughout this match. A fantastic pickup, straight to a counterattack in the box, and no better man to really put them on their front foot for JC Obregon. And he needed to score. He needed to put the team on his back, and they would hold the lead for a very long time in this game.
But Las Vegas Lights throughout this game, very composed on the attack, moved the ball around nicely. This is an example of one that ended up working out for them in the end.
Absolutely, they were so patient throughout their entire attack, and Anderson, who was working tirelessly throughout this entire game, was the one to put it away. That is the competitive spirit that this team has shown in the past 7 matches that they've gone unbeaten with, but how they've continued to grow each and every game.
And then in the 87th minute, the game winner, the corner kick wouldn't be combined, but you pick up the loose parts and you test your luck.
Johnny Rodriguez, who has been so instrumental throughout this season, scores his 11th goal this year with the help of a little bit of a deflection from the center back from Brooklyn. Strikes it pure, puts it away, and as the time was ticking down, Las Vegas Lights were going up.
And boy, were the lights blaring by the time this game ended. But you look at those numbers, Jade, and yes, this is a game where Brooklyn had the lead for a lot of it, but you always felt like Las Vegas were just waiting for their moment to score. I mean, you look at it, 23 shots, 6 of which on target. They were peppering them.
They never backed down. They continued to push the pace, and they were patient as well, and that's a very dangerous combo. When a team can be patient in the buildup, but continue to threaten throughout the entire match and sustain that for 90 minutes, that's a force to be reckoned with. Brooklyn started off really strong, but couldn't withstand the pressure from Las Vegas throughout the night.
And so Brooklyn will go back over to the East Coast for a road game against Miami. Meanwhile, it's getting closer to Brooklyn at Lexington next time out for Las Vegas Lights. But this is where our broadcast here tonight will end. For our entire crew, Jade Barquette, my name is Mark Schoenster. We thank you all for tuning in. We hope you have a fantastic night, and we'll see you next time on the CBS Sports Golazo Network.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.